the bright sun and the brilliant leaf colors. And they're not as bright as in years past, but they're pretty bright. I think it's great outside. So I think today we're going to do a little bit more for our back. So good morning, Yvonne. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're going to start out today in constructive rest. So if you could come down onto your back for our starting shape. And with constructive rest, we will bend the knees and widen your feet toward the edges of your mat. Maybe pigeon toe a little bit your feet so that your knees hang toward each other. And once you're here, you can choose to let your arms rest outside of your body, or you could place them on your belly. And if you want to put a shallow blanket under your head for a little bit of a lift, you can do that, but we don't want too much of a lift under the back of the head. You can experiment with rotating the arms so that the palms face up or the palms face down. And see if you can drop the heads of your arm bones down toward the floor. Once you are here, allow yourselves to drop into relaxation, releasing tension through your scalp. Relax across your forehead, releasing any tension that may have gathered between your eyebrows. At the hinges of your jaw. Release the tongue to rest in the bottom of your mouth. Encourage the breath slow and full. Feel the weight of the back of your pelvis, the soles of your feet. On your next exhalation, allow both knees to fall toward the right side, even though you keep your feet wide. Drop your knees all the way over. And if it feels safer to your back to support your knee with a block, go ahead and slide a block under your knee. Perhaps rotate your head to the opposite side. Returning knees and face through the center. Drop again, opposite side, knees open to the left. Relax, get rid of any holding in the hip flexor, allowing both right knee comes into your chest, holding on to your knee with your hands. Circle your ankle a few times in each direction. Squeeze and open your toes. Push your legs straight upward toward the ceiling. Point and flex your ankle up here. Squeeze and open your toes. Circle it around. Notice the stretch going through your leg as it's up in the air. Pull your knee in again, bending at the knee. Squeeze your knee in tight. If it feels okay on your back, slide your other leg straight out on the floor. Let the heel rest down to the floor. Keep that leg active, however, by strengthening through the thigh and pushing your foot as if it's pressing against the baseboard of the wall. Now we'll release the left hand. Use your right hand to draw the knee in large circles around. Slow. Reverse direction. Taking this right knee into happy baby all by itself, pull the knee towards your shoulder, maybe holding behind your knee or at the calf, and lift the sole of your foot to face the ceiling. If you're able to keep the left leg extended straight out, see if that's okay for your back. If it's not, bend your knee and allow that to soften. Releasing happy baby, use your left hand on your knee, the opposite hand. Bring your knee across into a twist. Rolling your knee across your body. Allow your right arm to open and extend. Coming into a single knee twist. Allow your bottom leg to completely relax now. Rolling out to the side. Maybe the knee wants to come and rest on a block. Rolling again to the center. Both knees come in this time. Hold one knee with one hand. Squeeze the knees in tight. As you inhale, release the knees a little bit so your arms straighten. And give yourselves a little bit of a rock back and forth as you pull your knees in and release them forward. So forward and back. Pull the knees, release the knees. Pull the knees, release the knees. Just rocking a little forward and back. Your tailbone comes off the floor, drops back down. Relax your feet to the floor, knees are wide. Open your arms out to either side. Breathe in, feet are wide. Breathe out, knees drop to the right. Feet are wide apart. Knees drop to the right. Again through center, inhale, knees drop to the left, feet are wide apart. Inhale again through the center. Bring your left knee to the chest. Perhaps extend your other leg long on the floor. Let the heel land down, but tighten the thigh and push your foot forward as if it's pressing into the baseboard. Rotate your left ankle around in circles. Squeeze and open in your toes. Push your left leg straight up toward the ceiling. Point and flex your ankle here. Rotate your ankle in circles. Squeeze and open your toes. Feel this stretch go down the length of your lifted leg. Pull your knee in again. Take half happy baby on this side. Maybe tucking your arm under the back of your knee or holding onto your calf. And you'll make your your leg into a 90-degree angle if that works for you. So your shin is vertical, your foot is pointing up, and your shoulders are resting completely down on the floor. Release happy baby by bending your knee again. Hold on to your knee with one hand and circle your knee around. Reverse direction. And now switching hands, hold your knee with your opposite hand. Bring your knee across your body for twist. Allow your bottom leg, your right leg to drop and relax, rotating fully to the right side. Allow your knee to release toward the floor. You could choose to support your knee with a block here. Deep inhale. Big sigh out your mouth. Knees return to the center on your back. Both knees pull into your chest. Gently squeeze and release as before. Squeeze and release your knees. And now we'll take the knees instead and rock them sideways, side to side. Adding as you rock side to side, begin to circle your knees around with you so that you draw a little circle on your lower back. Reversing direction with your circle. Relaxing your body, loosening your back, loosening your hips. And come to stillness. And this time with your knees in your hands and your feet off the floor, pull your knees open wide apart from each other for groin stretch. Let your knees rest open. Soften and come to stillness. And let's begin to pull the knees in close and release them out. So just as we did before with our knees together, pull and release the knees. We're going to do the same with the knees wide apart. So squeeze and release. Rocking through the hip joint. You can leave your upper back down on the floor. Just let your hips pull in and release. All right, stop doing that. Bring your knees together. This time, squeeze your knees in as close as you can get them. Maybe wrapping your arms around your shins. Tuck your chin toward your chest and lift your head up And we'll start by dropping the chin down, lengthening on the back of the neck. Inhale, raise your face upward toward the sky. Exhale, drop your chin again. Inhale, roll your left ear toward your left shoulder. Release right fingertips to the floor beside your right hip. And bend your right elbow this time and slide the back of your hand to your waist. While you're here, gently nod your head on the left. Lift your head to neutral. Release your arms straight out from your shoulder, thumb to the sky. Twist to the left this time. Bring your arm out the front. Rotate your ribs to the left. If you would like, you could release your other arm toward the back. Squeeze into that twisted rotation. Inhale back to the center. Open your right arm. Exhale, lift up and slide over into a sideways tilt. Let your left hand land on the floor beside you. Drop your left elbow and shoulder. Keep that belly pulled in and lift up as you lean across. Rotate your gaze downward toward your wrist. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fingers land in front of you on the floor. Crawl forward, slightly leaning to the front. Keep your spine long and lengthened. Drop in as much as your flat spine will allow. Using your arms to come lower to the ground without rounding your back and pecking your head at the floor. Inhale as you lift, walk your hands again closer to you. Lift your knees up, extend your feet out the front, straight long legs. Lean back onto your hands. Lift your heart up as you press your finger knuckles down. So rotate your palms so that your fingers point to the right and the left. Open through your chest. We don't want to drop the head out the back. You want to look at the place across the room where the wall meets the ceiling and pull your chin into that notch in your throat space. Deep breath. Exhale, sit up. Place your fingers on your thighs and then crawl your hands forward, allowing yourself to fold a little without rounding and pecking your head at your knees. Inhale, rise up. Place your hands back again, this time bending your knees. We'll come into reverse table as an option, so make some space between your feet. As you press your hands down, they're pointed out to the side. You can choose to stay here if that's the best for your back and your shoulders, or you can lift your hips. But again, we don't want to throw the head off the back. You can look at the ceiling, pointing your nose straight up, and then imagining that your head is so heavy like a bowling ball, your head might drop a little toward the floor, but your nose is still pointed up. Release your tail, coming back to a comfortable seat. Extend your legs again. Inhale, arms rise. Reach forward this time without rounding your back. Keep your biceps by your ears as you pull your tailbone out the back. Bend your elbows, fingers behind your head. Widen your elbows really broad, even as you lean. Think length, tail to crown. Inhale, release, rise up. your knees up and your feet together. Slide your hands inside your knees down by your shins or your ankles and squeeze your knees up really close to you. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And exhale, open them wide. Squeeze your knees up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And open. Again, inhale, coming up. And open. We'll hold this time as you tip forward. You might feel like you want to remove some of your seat cushioning. You might feel like you want to sit up on a blanket or a block. Inhale, rise. Extend your legs again out the front for a shake. And we'll cross our shins the other way. So bring your other foot in the front. Fingertips out beside. Deep breath in. Breathing out. Look right. Look left. Back and forth with your neck. This time, drop your chin down to your chest. Roll right ear to right shoulder. Extend opposite left arm out to the side. Thumb points up first. Then we'll bend at the elbow and drop the back of your hand to your low waist. And gently nod your head on the right side. So even though your head is tipped over, nod your head a little. Release your head to neutral. Release your arm out to the side, thumb to the ceiling. Other arm, so your left arm is up. And then rotate to the right so your fingers come forward of your body. And turn your ribs to the right side. If you would like, perhaps also float up your other arm if that feels okay. If it doesn't, just leave the fingers on the floor. Inhale, center, both arms come up, and exhale, we drop over to the right side. Allow your right palm to hold you, but drop your elbow and shoulder. Belly comes in, lift up, and slide long to the right. Drop your gaze to look at your right wrist. Inhale, rise all the way up, both fingers to the sky. Exhale, hands drop in front, fold forward over your shins. Long spine, remember we don't want to round the back as we fold forward ever. Inhale, lift, walk your hands back in, pick up your knees, extend your legs out the front. Inhale, arms reach out. Exhale, lean forward, biceps stay by your ears as you lean. Lengthen your chest, lengthen spine, crown to tail. Now we'll bend elbows, place fingers behind the head. Keep the elbows pulling back. Keep breathing. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release your hands to the floor behind. Plant your feet again and lift your hips again. Reach the hips up. Keep pressing down into your feet. Really squeeze your bum, lift your tailbone. Take care not to roll your head out the back so that you're looking behind you. That's not safe. We want to keep the face toward the ceiling. Lift your sternum, squeeze your bum, lift your tailbone. Release down. Have a seat, straight legs, arms lift. Hold a beach ball, reach forward. Long, long, long spine. squeeze up. Inhale, open. One more squeeze. Inhale, open and hold. Push the feet together. Push the knees down, and maybe you're leaning forward, but don't pull with your arms. You're resting. Inhale, lift your heart. Hold your knees up together. With your feet near each other, lean back onto your hands, and we'll drop the knees to one side and the other side. Letting the body roll, trying to keep the knees and the ankles together. Roll across your bum, getting a little massage there on your tush. All right, we're gonna roll over now and come onto hands and knees for transition. So if you'd like to have a sip of water or tea, whatever you have, now's your chance. Bring yourself onto hands and knees and add whatever support you need. Maybe you want a blanket under your knees or your wrists. Tabletop is flat. It's exactly like a table. Nobody has a rounded table. Your food will fall off on the floor. So we want to keep the spine long. We don't want to sag in the middle. You can't put food there either. So we want to pull the belly to the spine and buckle the low ribs together. Press the finger knuckles into the floor with wide spread palms. And now we'll start into a cat stretch. Tuck your chin to your chest. Pull your hips toward your head. Lift your back toward the ceiling. Release to neutral. Then we go the opposite into cow belly stretch. Lift your tail, lift your head. Pull your shoulders toward your waist. Keep the belly snug. And back and forth on the rhythm of your own breath. Rounding the back and arching the back. Let your breath be your guide when to move. Finding neutral, we'll take a balance extension. Take your left arm out the front, thumb facing up, reach it forward, and maybe you can lift your arm bicep by your ear. That's your challenge. Then the opposite leg, extend it back, squeeze your bum, lift up. Strong breath. Release down, second side. Right arm reaches forward, bicep by your ear, thumb in the air. Extend your opposite leg back, lift it up off the ground. Find your strength. Pull the belly up to the spine. Tighten your thigh. Squeeze your bum. Press the sole of the foot as if it's against the wall. Releasing down. We'll go back to that first side. Right arm, opposite leg, lift up. Breathe in. Breathing out, contract to the middle, elbow, chin, knee toward each other. Inhale, expand to reach. Exhale, bring together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull together. Use your strength. Push your foot like you mean business. Last one, pull it in. Push it out with power. Trade sides, come down. Opposite arm forward, other leg back, and lift it. Now find your strength as you exhale, round and really pull together. Same side arm, right arm reaches out and up toward the ceiling. Now, if your left hand is tired of being on the floor, you could try coming onto your fingers, your fingertips, and see how that works. Or you could make a fist out of your hand and come onto your fist. And that fist could face the right or face your body. And release hands to the mat, but leave your legs. Take your opposite arm out to the opposite side. Twist the other way. Probably not going as far. Release hands to the mat, knees to the mat. Inhale, rise up onto your knees, reach for the sky. Bring your palms together down in front of your heart. Open your elbows wide. Then curl your fingers in on themselves and come to backs of the hands together. Okay? And then twinkle your fingers at yourself. Just wiggle and squeeze and sort of bend the wrist and see how it feels to release that pressure from being on your wrist like that. And then we're going to release and curl them forward out the front and bend them the other way. Wrists down and then flap them forward and back. Yeah, good. And twinkle your fingers. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release. This time just your fingertips to the floor. And pull up with your belly, rounding your back. This is an alternative. If you don't want to be on your hands and knees, you could be on your fingers. Let's neutralize the spine. And then make a fist out of your hand with the palm facing your knees. And try that. See how you like that version. The alternative. And then rotate your arms so the palms face each other. And see how your body likes that. Okay? Just a different way to support yourself. So you come back into that neutral spine, and we're going to take the left leg out to the left side. Plant the foot so the toes point forward. Reach your left arm open as well. And rotate, open into a deep twist. Yeah. While you're here, you could always circle your wrist or squeeze and open your fingers. Notice how much weight is on the heel of your right hand and see if you can relieve that. Let's untwist, place your hands to the floor, change hands so your right arm reaches out, twist to the other side. Release onto your hands, come to your knees again. Reach both arms out and up overhead. Palms touch and come to your heart. Now, reach your arms straight out in front of you. Open them up a little bit, but lower them down at an angle. Then you're going to turn the palms to face the floor. Slide one hand over the other. Drop your palms to each other. Interlace your fingers. Drop your arms down if you can. Try to keep the heels of your hands, the palms touching. Then we're going to bend the elbows and bring the knuckles in towards you and up by your chin. Now maybe you can extend your arms forward again. Maybe not. Okay, just a shoulder stretch sort of relieves the forearm. I know, right? Then we come back in, untwist the way we came from and extend them out the front. All right, so notice, look down and figure out which hand is on the top. We're going to do the other hand. So open wide. Palms face the front, nice and big. Come back in together, other hand on top. Rotate them so the palms face each other. Interlace your fingers. Then bend at the elbow, bring the knuckles in by your sternum, up by your chin, and out the front. Yeah. Don't overstrain your shoulders if they don't do that. Going in reverse, pull it in and down and out where we came from. All right, release your arms, open wide all the way up. Hands down in front of you. Tuck your toes, downward dog. Lift your hips up and stretch to the back. touch the side of the hip, as well as the calf of the lower leg. All right, come to stillness in your downward dog. Press the ground with your fingers. Pull your hips up and back. You have space between your feet. Your head is relaxed. Nod your head. Gently turn your head. Stillness again. And we're going to meet halfway in the middle. So lift your heels, bend your knees. Walk your feet halfway forward. Walk your hands halfway backward and meet in the middle. Bend your knees very deeply. Widen your feet enough. Bend your elbows. Place your elbows on your knees and come to a long flat back. So, drop your tail. Heart is forward. This reminds me of a really deep skier's crouch, right? You're going to zoom down the hill. My kids used to love to do this when they were very small. I had to close my eyes and stop watching. Yeah. All right, from here we're going to stand all the way up. So push your feet down, lift your head and arms overhead. Exhale, palms touch, come to your heart. Release your arms down, shake them out. Standing on your right foot, we'll place the top of your left foot on the floor. Then circle around. So we'll be doing balance for a little bit. If you want to get near the wall or a chair, you can go ahead and do that now. Both directions, circle, circle. And then press your toes, bending them forward and backward. Okay, firm on your right leg and lift your knee up and give your foot a shake. Trade sides. Standing on your left, place the top of your other foot on the floor. Circle your ankle around. Try to get up and over your toes. Reverse circle. Bend and flex your toes forward and backward. Lift your knee and give your foot a good shake. All right, we're going to use the length of our mat now. You can do this against the wall, but I want you to stand on one end. And you're going to take, let's all start at the back of your mat. And if you want to use the wall, just get near the wall. We're just going to walk to the front and then we're going to walk back. I want you to start with high knees marching. High knees marching. So if you have a super thick mat, it might feel too wobbly to walk on, so you could walk on the side of it. That's up to you. High knees marching. And when you put your foot down, I want you to deliberately put your toe down first, then the heel. Yeah. All right, take that and slow walk forward, but I still want you to land toe heel. It's a little awkward. We don't walk forward that way. We usually walk forward and we land heel toe, but we're going to land toe heel first. So for balance, we want to spread our toes. We want to keep our knees soft so that we can engage the thighs and the lower leg muscles. We want to lift tall and broaden our shoulders. And we want to look straight ahead. When you reach the front of your mat, we're going to do the same thing going backwards. High knees, but step behind. And when you get to the back, we'll stop back here. And shake out your legs. All right, widen your feet, let your arms relax. And we'll float through empty coat sleeves, flopping your arms alongside your body. Allow the heel of the foot that's behind you to leave the floor. Coming to stillness. Widen your feet so that your toes point out and your heels point in. Inhale your arms up, make a 5-pointed star. Exhale, bend your knees and your elbows. Inhale, straighten up, squeeze your bum. Exhale, bend. You can get as wide as your body wants you to go. Your mat might be too narrow. Inhale, straighten and push wide. Exhale, bend. Good. Push and bend. Again, push and bend. Really squeeze your bum. Last one, push and bend. And stand all the way up. And walk your feet back together. Shake those legs out. Okay, we're going to come into a wide-legged warrior 2, and we'll put the right leg forward. So step your right leg pointed toward the front edge of your mat. Step your other leg back and wide. Bend into your right knee deep. Rotate your shoulders left, so your shoulders are facing the long side of your mat. Open your arms wide, one in front, one in back. Palms will face the ground. Yeah. And we'll start by looking over your right fingers. Then we're going to add some bicep curls. So bend your elbows and make a fist and bring your fist by your shoulders. And we'll just go back and forth like that. Inhale, expand. Exhale, squeeze your biceps. Expand and squeeze. Expand and squeeze. Keep those elbows lifted. Yep. And just bring the hands in. All right, open wide. This time, rotate the palms to face up. And bend at the elbows. Bring your biceps by, fist by your shoulders. There. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze your arms. Open wide. And squeeze. Open. Squeeze. One more. Open. Squeeze. All right, straighten both legs. Parallel both feet. Reach your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Reverse. Inhale, arms up. Open, out, and down. Rotate your left leg, making warrior 2 on the other side. Bend your left knee. Drop in deep. Long, straight right leg. And left knee is bent. Arms open wide, warrior 2. Gaze over your left hand as your palms face down to get started. Now, we're going to bend at the elbow. Squeeze your fist in by your shoulders. Inhale, open wide. So we're going to palms face the ground and squeeze the elbows in. Yeah. Inhale, open wide. Palms face the ground. Bend the elbows. Squeeze your fists in by your shoulders. Keep your elbows lifted, squeeze, open, squeeze. Open and hold, flip your palms to face the ceiling. Same idea, bend the elbows, bring your fists by your shoulders as you squeeze your biceps. Inhale, open, exhale, squeeze. Open, squeeze, open, squeeze. One more. Release. Straighten your legs, hands on your hips, parallel your feet. Release your arms and inhale them up to the ceiling, palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Reverse, inhale, arms straight up. Open wide, hands come back. This time, hands will drop towards your knees as you bend your knees. And place your hands on the top of your thighs so your thumbs are in and your fingers are out. Then we're going to find a forward fold, so you can come down a little or a lot. If you want to bring your knees bent so that your fingers can touch the floor and you're in a deep squat, that might feel good. If you have blocks, put the blocks under your hands and you might be able to straighten your legs a little bit more. We don't want to round the back, okay? So we want to have the heart reaching. Remember that long tail to crown? We want to keep the length. Allow your knees to do the bending. Allow your elbows to do the bending. All right. Hands are under shoulders. Begin heel-toeing your feet together. Step back with one leg and drop your knee to the floor. We're coming down hands and knees. Step back with your other leg, knee to the floor. And then shift into a seat and roll onto your back. In constructive rest, once again, feet down, pigeon-toed, arms wide. Allow your feet to be wide. Knees hanging toward each other. Your feet can, maybe toes in, heels out might help you relax through the hip. On your next exhalation, drop your knees right. Release the hips. Feet can stay wide. If you want to change this twist into another version that would feel better to your body, feel free to shift into any kind of a twist that would feel better for you. Coming back through the center, feet are wide. Drop your knees to the other side. And as before, modify this coming into any version of a twist that your body is looking for this morning. Returning to center, you're on your back, your knees are bent with your feet on the floor. Kick your right leg to the ceiling, flex your ankle. Cross your right ankle over your left knee, figure 4. Feel free to stay here, or you could lift your left leg and push your left foot toward the sky, or bend your left knee and pull your knees towards your shoulders. Release. Allow both feet to return to the floor. Second side, push your other foot towards the ceiling, flex your ankle. Cross that ankle over your other knee, figure 4. Feel free to stay here, or lift your right foot toward the sky, or bend your right knee and bring your knees towards your body. Release. Allow both feet to land again on your mat. Soles of your feet together, knees open wide, butterfly. Extend your arms up and overhead behind you, reaching long. Perhaps lifting your waist and your ribs away from the floor, maybe not. Exhale, sigh it out. Allow your arms to release by your sides. Make any final stretches or movements that your body needs before finding your shape for Shavasana. This is a good time to put on any extra warm socks, sweaters, eye pillows, blankets. Allow your body to find softness and release. Let go through your forehead, your eyebrows, your jaw, your tongue. Notice how your body is feeling as you settle in softness. Remind yourself of the goodness that is inside of you. Remind yourself of the goodness that is all around you. Extend your arms overhead, find length. Exhale, bend your knees, bring them to your chest. Squeeze. Rolling over onto your side. Press the ground, come sideways into a comfortable seat. Once you settle, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Notice how you're feeling after this time together, focused on you, on your body, on your breathing, on your spirit, on your mind. Finding gratitude to yourself, carving out this time to be here, to pay attention, and to be important. Inhaling, hands and gaze toward the sky. Exhale, open wide, arms come out and around, and again to your heart. Let's take a full deep breath in together, exhaling through your mouth. Namaste. Thank you everyone once again for coming out and joining us today to share in this practice. Be well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yes.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yes, yes.